Greetings, 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 greetings. It is week 7. I can't believe it. We've just come off of the catch-up week, so you had some time to catch up, dive in, work on those things that you didn't have a chance to work on, basically get caught up on the material, engaging the curriculum, and getting the work done. That's really what it's about. It's getting the work done. And remember, everything in divine order, everything that's in this training is meant to pull out of you the blueprint for the practice you're building. So it's important that you don't skip over things. And I know we have a tendency to want to dive into the exciting areas, and then leave the less exciting areas. And this blueprint that I'm delivering to you is truly a great foundational groundwork for your practice. And if you follow it, you will see the value in putting your time and energy there now versus building according to how you're moving in the world. And then you get upon a piece of your business and you realize you don't have the foundation there. So now you've got to build that. Example, you're out in the world, you may be networking, you may talk to someone about what you do, and they may say, hey, I want to have a consultation with you, right? And you say, okay, but you don't even know what you're selling them. You don't know what you're going to offer them. So then you may get on that call and you may try to wing it on the fly, try to offer something at some price point. And based upon your selling skills, you may be successful. And if you're not, it could be a function of not having a system or process in place simply around what you're going to offer. And so that's why in our training, we explore what you want to offer, what that product or service is going to look like. So now you start to envision yourself selling that service. You start to envision yourself offering it. And when you're now out in the world for real, you can speak to that. You see what I'm saying? And so this is what that means, to do that level of groundwork. And I'm really excited to see what is being revealed in your practices. So what I'll do now is go to the curriculum so you can see what this week is all about. And it's all about product pricing, strategies, and profit margin. And this is going back to the numbers, right? So now we're back in the numbers and we are looking at what it looks like to have a product or service we're selling and how to price it. So this is different than the first set of numbers we determined, which were the number of billable hours that we actually work in our practices, given weekends, holidays, vacations, sick time, professional development. You take all of those hours out, what is left for you to actually work with someone one-on-one? And that helped to drive an hourly rate. So now you have an idea of what your time is worth just based on numbers, right? And worth to you, because then you add that premium to that number. Now you get to develop the product or service. And in thinking about the time you have to deliver that product or service, price the product or service accordingly to that hourly rate, the cost of the product or service, and that premium. And then now we add the idea of profit margin. So, based on the cost and how much you would need just to break even, what should you be selling your products and services for? So I have pulled up the Excel sheet. Let me share the screen so you can see what this looks like. Okay, let me stop the share and do it again, just in case you can't see it. Now I know you can. Okay, so this spreadsheet is going to be very helpful. It will help you to type in your service and, oh, what's going on here? Why is it showing like that? Okay. So there's a lot here, but you can read through this in your time. I want to focus on this part of the spreadsheet where you have your product or service and COGS, which stands for the cost of goods sold. So I have an example here. Let's say I'm selling a mug and that mug is $9.70, right? I may sell that mug for $10 and I have 100 sales. The revenue would be the unit price times the sale amount. This is killing me. Let me figure that part out. Okay. And that would be 1,000. So if we sold 100 mugs at $10, that would be 1,000. And then the profit is going to be your revenue minus the cost of goods sold. Okay. And you'll see that in this spreadsheet, it's already formulated right here in the address bar. So it calculates that number automatically. That is an output cell. You don't have to put anything there. Once you put the COGS and you put your revenue, which the revenue is also built that way, then these will automatically populate. These two columns will automatically populate according to what's in column B, C, and D. So this is where you can create some targets for yourself. So let's take it more to your coaching program, right? Let's say you're offering a program and it costs you $700, a little under $700. So you charge $700 and you create a target of 15 sales. That would yield $10,000, $10,500. Your profit, $9,805.12 based off of, again, cost of goods sold. So this is a spreadsheet where you can begin to create sales targets. This is where you get a chance to play with the numbers and see if I create a product or service and it costs me X amount, and then I charge X amount, and I have a sales goal of X, this is what I can expect in revenue. This is what I can expect in profit. And now we begin to bring this thing to life in terms of, can I make a living from this work? And what does that living need to look like in order for this to make sense, right? So the rubber meets the road yet again in this particular spreadsheet. So I'm excited for you to engage that because it's going to be very eye-opening. It's going to create some realistic goal setting and goals for you, because you'll get to see what this practice is really going to be like. And then that translates into the daily activities that you need to be doing in order to generate that, right? So if I know I need to hit 10 sales a month, what am I doing every day to drive that activity? What sales and marketing activity do I need to engage in order to do that? So that's where that becomes very important. And that is a whole nother training when we talk about sales and marketing. I don't want to overwhelm you with that. However, I want to give you the full scope of how this drills down to those daily activities that you need to be doing to drive sales activity within your practice. And again, the rubber meets the road. So you have this spreadsheet to engage, and that's That's all. That's all that you're going to do this week. And so again, it's light, it's manageable, and it will allow you to also catch up again if for whatever reason you haven't been able to um, catch up on all of the work. We had a week, but that week goes by fast. And depending on whatever else you have going on, um, you just may not have been able to engage all of the material. But again, that's the beauty of my training. You have lifetime access. So that's not to say, oh, take forever. It is an 8-week curriculum. And it's also meant to create pace. It's also meant for you to be able to pace yourself and find a rhythm with how you're building and with what you're building. So I want to, let's see, I'm going to take a look at, what was I about to do? I was going to check for any questions that may have come up. Let's see. Oh, yes, let's talk about this for a second. During the catch-up week, you should have completed this training survey. And this is important because this is where I get to know a little bit about your experience in this training. And I also get to understand what you like, what you didn't like, how it can be better. And I welcome that feedback. I don't get better unless you tell me what I can improve. And this is that opportunity. It gives me some insight on, the breakthrough moments that you've had, um, why you decided to join, the goals that you had, and really what you've got out of the training, what was most valuable to you, if it was convenient, because I like to understand, timing and accessibility, um, and then how it can be improved. And so you can complete this survey right here in the module. And please, 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 please do that, because when you complete that, again, I get better. So I think that there's no questions at the moment. Um, I would like to speak a little bit about what you can expect in our last week. So next week, we're going to cover launching, what it means to launch your financial coaching practice. And the awesome thing about that is it's simple. It is very simple. And again, this training is a business development training meant to take you from idea to launch. So if you're ready to put your business on paper, to be official, to be legit, and to position yourself out there in the world as a business that you can receive clients through, this is what's going to do that. Next week, we're going to talk all about how to launch your practice in your state, no matter what state you're in, and be legit on paper. Whether you ever start to market the business or do anything else is different. But having this step in play, having this step completed, knowing that you on paper exist is great, because one, you're training your subconscious mind to say, I am a business owner, I am self-employed, right? I'm an entrepreneur, and here is my practice, and now I can market myself through this vehicle. That is very important because you're creating something new, right? It's not just in your head. And that was the thing. I want to get it out of your head and make it real. And that's all we're going to talk about next week. We're going to talk about making it real. So I'm quite excited about that as well, because that's part of this journey. This journey is to take your idea and take it to launch and make it very real for you to see your idea come to life. And that is such an honor and a privilege for me. I'm helping you to birth your baby. It's like a financial coaching practice doula, you know? And so I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that. So I guess that's going to be it for today. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit me up in the WhatsApp, shoot me an email, or make your comments right there in the module, and I'll look forward to responding to those. Yeah, let me just double check for any other questions that may have come up that I could have totally overlooked, and want to be sure that I don't. So let me see. I don't think there are any. Looks like there are. Okay, so I did see some prioritization within the uh, the income stream development piece. So let's go there, which is a great module. It's full of exercises to really stretch you in thinking about what you're going to offer to the clients you're going to serve. So I know that module tends to have some questions because there's so much there. So let's see. Okay. The idea of passive income versus active income. And this is great because I know that, let me share this screen. Well, no, I don't need to share the screen. I can just talk to it. I know that in our 9 to 5s, especially, we have to show up for that income, right? If we don't show up, we don't make the money, even on salary, right? You don't show, I mean, technically, yes and no, but you get my drift. In order to make the salary, you submit that timesheet, you get paid based on that time. So it's still some equivalent of you got to show up to make the money. And when you start to think about the many different ways that you can add different streams of income to your financial coaching practice, you really do want to start to think about the passive streams of income. How can I add income streams that I don't have to show up for? I show up once, I create it or I do it, and then I can continue to make money from that. I can continue to generate leads. I can continue to generate sales, right? And so, in thinking about your current streams of income and your desired streams of income, really give thought to how you can begin to create those passive streams of income through your business, okay? And the great thing about it is, in this virtual digital world, it's kind of the way we do business now. There isn't a lot of in-person interaction. So I think this is an opportunity to leverage the fact that we're creating virtual coaching practices. So that's my 2 cents there. This has been awesome, and I am looking forward to hearing from you. Again, please let me know how I can be a resource to you, what may be coming up for you, and we will be in touch. All right, until next time, peace.